Welcome back, fellow cryptids. Back to where we left it off, right on this meditation spot, like I said. So, here we are. What's going on?
Asking them in general, or
I
me in
was
particular?
asking you, because you're my co-host.
Indeed. Ooh, well, I finished writing, I should say, another chunk of my lit review for the dissertation, so that's good. I was looking forward to some chill time this evening and seeing what we're going to talk about in Fallen Order tonight.
A map. BD1 is the best.
Indeed.
Giving us a map.
Mm-hmm. What's new with you?
Not much. Let's see. Is there anything new with me? Beyond that, my cat has been sneezing, which you may or may not experience on this episode. Not much. So... BD, best friend.
Yes, little bestie bot.
Little buddy. So cute. Anyway.
Oh, yes.
Moving on.
Any ideas? Get across this gap somehow. Zip line?
Yay!
How'd you know that would work? Wait, you didn't?
Little stinker.
Indeed.
Just like my cat.
Oh, yes.
Speaking of which, as I was editing the last video, I realized that I said an alien master in Star Wars was rare, and that then the whole internet would be mad at me and tell me about Yoda. I didn't forget about Yoda. I just like to pretend he doesn't exist.
That's fair. I know your biases against Yoda, but the rest of the internet doesn't.
It doesn't.
No! Our little buddy's getting
I
attacked.
know. Ow. Here we have a homestead.
Indeed.
Which is a great thing to find in archaeology.
Oh, yes.
But yes, so
That was pretty
I still don't consider Yoda like a mentor as much as like we never really see him interacting with somebody as his Padawan. At least not in the movies so far. Supposedly he's gonna be in the High Republic stuff. And I'm not happy about it. But it is what it is.
Indeed. I think you're probably one of the few people I know, Lith, who did not like, quote, Baby Yoda in The Mandalorian. You're like, there's another one!
I actually don't dislike him as much as I dislike actual Yoda. But I don't like that it reminds me of Yoda. So, I always give Cal a yellow lightsaber. I feel like it's an appropriate color for him. I don't know exactly why, but it seems like an appropriate color for him.
That's fair.
Lightsaber simulator.
I think we had this conversation when we were doing this playthrough the first time together, before we were doing this podcast and the YouTube channel and everything. But in terms of the different colors of lightsabers, what typical like associations are there between certain colors and personalities? I
Yeah,
suppose.
so I mean, it's different depending on if you're going pre-Disney and post-Disney. Because before there were actual like traits associated with the different colors. So like green was supposed to be like sort of you're like a negotiator. You're more peaceful. Blue was more of like a warrior color. And let's see. Yellow was for like a guardian.
BD, that's a little small for me. Don't worry, I'll find my own way out. Tight fit, but this should work.
Let's see. I want to say purple was for somebody who's not. Well, it's really because Samuel L. Jackson wanted a purple lightsaber and nobody was going to tell him no.
That's fair.
But kind of the canon that came around it afterwards was that
Those vines look like they lead somewhere.
somebody
Hope they're
who's
sturdy.
who's a little bit more balanced in the Force, not quite a Jedi and not quite a Sith either, but kind of in between. See Cal fall. Anyway.
See Cal jump. See Cal climb. See Cal fall.
Cal, I pressed the button. Can you not?
Sometimes he doesn't listen, I swear.
Sometimes he just doesn't want to.
Indeed.
But the canon that it because Mace Windu is supposed to have this like his particular form for fighting and for using the Force. It has a specific name. I think it's Shatterpoint or like something about shattering. And it's basically where he uses the dark side, but without using the dark side.
I'm alright.
If that makes any sense at all. Look at him being such a good boy.
Healing stim. You're full of surprises. That's better. Thanks, little droid. Okay, let's try this again. Oh,
Aw.
okay.
And Cal just goes with it. It's adorable. They're so
Yes.
pure.
Very
They're
ad-
perfect for each other.
Indeed they are.
And now we're back to the point
Let's see,
of
what
the
if-
show where I just fangirl over this game.
I mean, it is a very pretty game. Again, good characters, good writing.
White lightsabers, I don't remember if they had an origin pre-Disney. I think they did. But I don't remember exactly what the lore was there. But I think, it had to do with, like, now it's, basically if you have,
That's where we need to go. I can feel it.
if a person who's not a Sith gets their lightsaber and basically purifies the crystal, because red lightsabers are basically like bleeding on the inside. That's why they're red.
Fascinating. Yeah.
And it's basically if you purify a bleeding crystal, it's white, is the lore now. But, like, Ahsoka got her white lightsabers from somebody who had a red lightsaber. And then I can't get out of the map when it's tutorializing me.
You gotta find another way.
It's kind of annoying.
It's fine.
But basically, the moral of the story is she got her lightsaber from somebody else who made the crystal bleed, and then was able to use them, and they turned white because of that. The dark saber isn't actually a lightsaber. It's like a lightsaber. But it's different.
Yeah.
And I can't I don't know that they've ever
you could
given...
probably say that the dark saber is more of like a true quote energy sword. Or energy sword.
I think there's still a kyber crystal in it.
Tool was used by someone eager to
And I don't know what the if there's any specific information out there as to why it's that color or lack of color.
Yeah.
But it was made by a very rare Mandalorian Jedi, who then and then the Mandalorians kept stealing it back and stuff like that. So, you know.
Oh my.
Nope. Oh, no.
A big boy.
I don't want to. Oh.
The game's like, don't you though? Don't you want to fight
I really
this?
didn't. But that's fine. I don't even know if there were orange lightsabers all that long ago. I think there were a lot of colors pre-Disney, and then Disney slowly added colors back. But you know how it be with Disney. A lot of people don't like Disney for buying Star Wars, but I think they've done some good things with it. They've done some bad things with it too. They've done some good things with it. Guess I don't hate them. Come back, little lizards.
Lizard friends.
I like that this game also just gives you, like, environmental information.
Oh, yes.
Also a big part of archaeology.
Mm-hmm. And like we said previously, if you could actually do this in real life, our jobs would be so much easier.
Yeah.
difficult, Master.
Yes,
Remember,
the path
Cal.
is difficult. It may seem impossible, but with persistence and the Force as your ally, you will overcome any obstacle. You will master any path. Now,
And I know people are gonna tell me that Luke was Yoda's Padawan. But was he? Like, it lasted about a day. Is all I'm saying. Ow. we don't really see him, like, we don't see Yoda have the same, like, father-child relationship with a Padawan. Like Obi-Wan and Anakin have, or Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan,
Persistence in the Force is
or
my
Anakin and Ahsoka.
Just remembering
So I think that's more what I meant when I said we don't see a mentor who's an alien all that often in Jedi Padawan master
You can
relationships.
show me that shortcut again?
But now we can get back to the real part of this Let's Play, where we just talk about BD1.
You know, he's kind of like a portable GIS system.
He is.
Or more like specifically a portable ground penetrating radar system with all of these maps that he can project.
Yeah.
But
He's just. I mean, I don't know why we're calling him a he, and
but we can get into do droids have genders.
yeah. Ugh. Yeah, one of my friends asked me if droids had genders when we were talking about my thesis research. And, I really don't know. Like, I don't think this game ever has Cal refer to BD1 as a he. I feel like people just take for granted that droids are male most of the time. And I think that's because C-3PO was voiced by a male British actor.
So I guess you could say that people's like perception of droids has been not skewed, but perhaps influenced by that to thinking that most droids are male. Like I guess we don't know if R2 is a he either.
Yeah, I feel like... Oh man, now I have to go back and watch like all the Clone Wars. No. Not that I don't do that anyway.
That's true.
But
I guess we can put it this way. As a number of gender theorists have said, gender is less of something you have and more of something you do. So if droids are, quote, acting like stereotypically male, then maybe that's one reason that people decide to call them he. Although, I'm not sure how I feel about calling BD1 an it.
yeah, I mean, I think Cal calls BD1 little buddy quite often. But yeah, I don't know what that would mean for... Also, I can't read maps, so there might be a lot of backtracking. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yes, it'll be fine. I feel like buddy can also carry, like, sometimes male connotations.
Yeah.
And one of my friends says that she doesn't like to refer to her male cat as Buddy. Instead, she calls him Sir. And I've taken to doing the same. Like, hello, sir. Mm-hmm.
Well, now we're back to Obi-Wan. Well, hello there.
Is there anything we can't turn into a reference about either Star Wars, archaeology, or Lord of the Rings, Lith? It's just what we do,
Yeah. Ah!
Bugs!
I don't like bugs.
And real life or in games.
They're sticky and gross, and they get everywhere.
Got a scan?
Oh dear.
Yeah, don't question it too much. Oh, no way. I don't like you.
Toss me a stem, BD1.
Yeah, bugs at archaeological sites can also be an interesting dynamic
Oh, don't remind
on
me.
occasion.
There were
Oh,
so
yes.
many mosquitoes at the site I worked at in Greece. We were dousing ourselves.
I feel ya.
I'll probably have cancer from that one day. But
Yeah. I'm sure our toxicity tolerance has probably gone way up from our field seasons. I had the same problem in the site I was working at in Germany, but it wasn't mosquitoes. It was invasive, like Asian beetles of some variety, and they really liked light and bright colored clothing. So after that, my friends and I are like, we're gonna wear black, even though it's summer and it's kind of sweaty, but we're like, we're just gonna not tempt these bugs
Protector of Pagana.
because I don't want to deal with
How
that.
smart you.
They become flying like clouds around your face and anything shiny as well. It's like, but oh well. I'll probably also have cancer from all that DEET one day, but it's fine.
Yeah, one of the people working with me only used natural bug spray.
Mm-hmm.
And he always watched us putting on, like, dousing ourselves in DEET with, like,
Racy there.
chagrin? Sneering? I don't know.
Oh, it's
Like, we were somehow bad for doing that. But,
Mm-hmm.
We're not
I
finished
was
yet.
like, excuse you.
Okay, you probably would have won.
Like,
Probably.
I don't want to get eaten alive.
Yeah, and I mean, what's worse, honestly, something you could get from the bug spray or something from mosquitoes.
Yeah, and like the all natural bug spray doesn't work. Like,
It does in certain contexts. Like I use more natural bug spray in some places I've been, and it's been fine, but not for like that kind of beetle and not for some varieties of mosquitoes.
the mosquitoes can be persistent.
They can.
Um,
It's also interesting though, just in terms of the how would you put it? Interactions with archaeological monuments and landscapes with the ancient vault that we just walked
oh,
in,
yeah.
that it's so vertically oriented.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of theorists have said that monuments that are vertically oriented like that, just by virtue of being, upright, have what's the phrase they use? A capacity to kind of underscore setting apart a certain place by having that, because it's like it draws your eye to it and it's just very prominent in the landscape on multiple scales.
Let's also appreciate that they came up with actual, like, pictographs
And yeah, the pictographs in here are great.
for these. And I just think, yeah, definitely, like, the fact that
Find something?
Cal is much more of, like, a tomb explorer than, like, a tomb raider.
And yes, in many ways, he and Lara Croft are direct opposites.
Yeah, at least to some things.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he basically does what we would do, but with a lightsaber. At least in
I'm
a
sure
lot of
they're-
ways.
Oh yes, I'm sure there are times that you and I both wish we could have a lightsaber at various sites. But
I mean, I don't know what kind of site you were at, but I never had to worry about security at our site. But
yeah, it's less about security, but so much as just carrying one around would be cool.
that's true.
I deal with a lot of swords. Lith, remember?
Yeah. And I mean, trigger warning for what I'm about to say, I guess. But it was released soon after the shooting in Colorado at the movie theater that we went to go see some Star Wars movie, and I brought my fake lightsaber with me.
Amazing.
And we had to get it tagged as, like, the staff had made sure it was fake.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if someone brings in a real one, can I see it before you
no.
confiscate it?
Oh no.
Because, I mean, if somebody has a real
Impressive.
lightsaber, I want to know about it. At the time, that wasn't a thing that was possible. I've seen people have, like, what are basically flamethrowers as like real lightsabers. But
Yeah.
we really haven't gotten quite to the point of real lightsabers yet.
Not quite.
You alright, BD?
Well done, whoever you are. You have passed the test I left behind, and gained access to the vault and this recording, one of many encrypted logs stored in the droid. I am Master Eno Cordova. I may not know your name, but I know your purpose. The fate of the Jedi Order lies in your hands. This place, this vault, is a sacred temple, built by a vanished civilization known as the Zepho. Meditating here, I was granted a premonition through the Force, a vision of doom. I have placed inside this vault a Jedi holocron, containing a list of the names and locations of young Force sensitives throughout the galaxy. Ahead, you will find the inner chamber of the vault, but also another test. I can only trust this holocron to someone who has followed my path and understands. Seek out the hidden tombs of the three sages and learn to perceive the mysteries of the Force as the Zepho once did.
Learn about another
You will
culture.
find everything you need to
Indeed.
succeed on this journey. Go to the Zepho homeworld. There, you will find peace in the eye of the storm.
I love
Good
the
luck,
freckles.
Jedi. And may
That
the
has
Force
nothing to do with this cutscene, but the freckles are good.
As you said, fangirling every cow will happen many a time.
Yeah.
I guess you were the someone I was supposed to meet.
I also love that, like, the test is befriending BD1. Because who wouldn't befriend that little buddy?
I've been alone for a while now. Without any purpose, just hiding. There's no way to live. Not for a Jedi. Or a droid. Maybe Seer was right.
I also love that in there, you know, the way they designed BD1, he doesn't really have a face, but he emotes like so clearly at the same time. It's adorable.
I think they took a lot of, like, how they make animals emote in animated movies, and gave it to BD1.
Yeah.
But, like, in a way that doesn't feel like a Pixar cartoon. Like, it feels more natural. But the same kind of, like, psychology of, like, how the face tilts and how the eye moves and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever shall befriend this droid.
If he be
If he be
worthy.
worthy.
If they be worthy.
Yeah, Odin.
We can rant about Marvel Odin another day.
Another time. Another time.
Oh,
I
yes.
found what you wanted me to see.
Sounds like you did. We'll be waiting.
No, no.
Frantic button mashing.
I clicked dodge.
Controller's like, did you though?
Help! BD1!
Sir. Apparently, if you catch it at just the right time, you can cut off the tongue.
Can do the same thing in Witcher with grave hags. I already did. It was fun.
Can I just... No. I think they have to be alive still.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it's a...
Nice job.
But I also like the like old, ancient, very weather-worn statues. It's a very good touch. Oh,
Very. Oh my.
I don't think I've seen that animation before, and I've played this game quite a bit.
He's just lived his life, you
Yeah.
know. I also like that they is that a fossil that's in the wall
Yeah.
over there? Yeah, or not fossil really. It's more like a skeleton, but
That's a skeleton.
oh yes.
Bones.
Speaking of fossils though, someone asked me the other day and like, so you're an archaeologist. Have you found any dinosaurs? I was like, if I've hit dinosaurs, I've gone too far back in time at this site. Granted, little Saren, when I was like 8, I did have a fascination with dinosaurs. Still do, but that's not what I study.
My friend,
My friend.
it appears the Zepho had some interest in Dathomir. Strange. For such a peaceful culture to have any sort of fascination with a place so dark.
I will say I read the like prequel comic to this game. Partially because I needed to for my thesis.
Research purposes, you know.
Research, reading comics. But in doing so, Cordova, I don't know that I was like, I feel like we don't actually know that much about him from the game, besides like what other people say about him. And he was in the prequel comic, and I really liked him, and I think I even liked Sarah a lot more than I even already did.
Should be a lot quicker than the way in.
After reading it, so if you want to spend more time with those two in particular, it's a good comic. And very archaeological as well. Cordova is like the best archaeologist. Even better than Cal. I mean, 'cause,
That's
well,
high.
Cal is
high
basically
praise.
just following Eno's directions, right?
Fair. Although I guess if you think about it in terms of like finding some sites, that's what that's what we have to do as well.
Yeah.
Is look for the clues.
That's true.
It's also interesting though. Oh no, Eno's comment about. You okay?
Yeah, it was just floating Sarah.
Yeah, I saw.
And then all of a sudden the ramp just appeared. Anyway.
You can tell it's pretty late at night when we're recording this, but it's like we just find everything funny at this point.
That was funny.
It was funny. But anyway, Eno's comment about such a peaceful civilization would be intrigued by something so dark as Dathomir. I'm like, are we othering them, or is he mildly xenophobic, or just doesn't get it? Just guess.
He's with us.
I don't care who he's with. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get oil stains out of petroleum fabric?
I think like
Really?
everything we know on
Something better out there
Dathomir
than this droid.
Oh, calm
like, they do say that the dark side of the Force is very strong there.
Vault was built by an ancient civilization.
But the Zepho were like
Jedi named
pre-Jedi.
Cordova hid something
So
inside
they might not have seen things as like dark and light.
a holocron from the archives.
And I mean, I have issues with the Jedi, so.
The next generation.
As I'm sure you will hear quite a bit about on these playthroughs, dear cryptids.
Yes, a long time ago. I was his apprentice. Cordova was a loner. That little droid and I are probably the only ones that know about Pagano.
Hold on, wait a minute. A hollow what?
A holocron.
And I think it says something that Eno basically left the Jedi Order and went and became a hermit. In terms of like him finding that thing about Dathomir is kind of at the beginning of his journey that would eventually lead him to being a self-exile, like putting himself in exile.
Mm-hmm.
So,
With that list of Force sensitives, we could rebuild the Jedi Order and defeat the Empire.
Okay, no problem. Let's get it.
Except the holocron is hidden deep inside the vault, and to get it, we have to follow Cordova's path. He mentioned something about the planet Dathomir and a Zepho homeworld.
All right, well, where are we going? I'm just asking because I was thinking of maybe making some food.
Look, before we do anything, I need to know something. How come you're no longer a Jedi?
I had an experience that changed my perspective. So I cut myself off from the Force.
But you still want to rebuild the Order.
I believe that rebuilding the Order is the best chance we have against the Empire. What do you believe?
I believe I can't keep hiding from the Empire, so I don't really have a choice.
Hal, as long as you're alive, you will always have a choice. Are you with us?
We're in.
Dathomir or Zepho, it's your choice.
well, that's probably where we'll call this episode. Nice stopping place. But yeah, we'll definitely talk more about the Jedi and Dark and Light and how the Jedi definitely other people.
Yeah, they
in
really do.
multiple points. So we'll figure that out or we'll talk about that as the.
If you're not ready to leave, don't
Oh,
bother.
jeez. You know, I was just trying to be nice.
Agrees.
What? You've never seen a terrarium before?
Sure, but you usually have plants in them?
Well, I've been a bit busy.
But yeah, so hopefully we'll
But you know, you could pay me back for
talk
some
about a
seeds.
lot more.
Thought you hated nature.
And
When it's out there, you betcha. But when it's behind a
Grease is apparently from the Midwest.
that's perfection.
Yeah, you betcha. I was amused by that. So
Indeed. I guess it's worth saying really quickly there that stereotypes like that may exist for a reason, but we as archaeologists and anthropologists just try not to apply them by default. But yes, that was funny.
yeah. I think it was the way he added betcha and to the end of that, and it's like, okay.
I mean, he kind of does strike me as that sort of a quote Midwestern personality
He does.
in a way.
He
you know?
does. So we'll leave it here. Cal is going to meditate and enjoy the back of BD1, I guess. And we'll see you next week, fellow cryptids.